Gage Primor, crushbackpain.com. This video is going to cover the top 5 ab exercises for sciatica. So the ab exercises that are best for sciatica are the exercises that obviously work the core, engage the core effectively and efficiently, but they don't put compression load through the disc. So that's the key. There's a million ways to work your core, and there's a lot of ways that work really well at activating the core, but a lot of them involve repetitive lumbar flexion and lumbar flexion under load. That's going to exacerbate sciatic symptoms. So obviously you don't want that. So we're going to cover 5 exercises that will hammer your core, but that are not going to compress the disc and have that possibility of exacerbating sciatica. So the first exercise we're going to look at is the neutral curl up. I'm sure you guys have seen these. This exercise has been studied extensively. It basically works the anterior core, the rectus abdominis, without compressing the disc. So neutral curl up, meaning the lumbar spine is neutral. So one knee's up, one's down. You can take your hands and put them under your lower back. That gives you some automatic feedback. And then you literally just come up like this. So you don't need to come up very high. Like, you don't need to come way up here. And what you'll notice, if you come way up here, your lower back is going to smash your hands. That's what we do not want. That's enough flexion to aggravate a disc, and thus your sciatica. So you want to be able to engage that front core without your lower back smashing your hands. So that smashes my hands, this doesn't. So you got to basically get to where you can feel that core engage without your back smashing your hands. Now once you do that, you can support your neck or put your hands here, whatever it is. Now this is a simple exercise, but it's really effective. And if you have a really strong core and it's just way too easy for you, then you can come up and then you can breathe on top of the reps. So you can come up and then and you can work on building that strength and endurance. But you'll be surprised if you're really dialed in with this, how much your core will work and how much you'll feel it, even though there's not a lot of motion. So that's the neutral curl up. Now, the next exercise we're going to look at is the side plank. So the side plank, same deal. It's been studied a lot. Works the lateral part of your core with minimal load through the disc. Side plank's exactly what it sounds like. Get on your side, elbows under the shoulder, legs are straight, femurs in line with your trunk. My legs are stacked. If it's too hard this way, you can put top leg over bottom. If that's still too hard, you can have your knees bent and stacked. But I'm just going to have my feet stacked. You come up and you hold. And when you start to sag down, that's when you need to terminate the set. So you want to be able to come up and just hold that position. So that's the side plank. You work that on both sides. Next exercise we're going to look at is the bird dog. So neutral curl up, work the front core. Side plank, work the side core. Bird dog, work the back core, back muscles, glutes, buttocks. So key with this exercise before you even do the movement is to get your lower back in its most comfortable position. So you can rock your pelvis back and forth and figure out where you have the least amount of pain, least discomfort, where your lumbar spine feels the best. I like mine with a big arch, so that feels good to me. And then you want to pretend there's a glass of water sitting back there, or a plate or something. You don't want it to fall off. You don't want to spill it. So once you get that locked in, opposite arm and leg, and just slow and controlled. You don't want this. Basically we don't want this moving. We want this stable. All the motion comes through the arm and the leg. That's the bird dog. Good exercise. Alternating and walking lunges are the next exercise we're going to look at. People don't usually think of these as a core exercise. They think of them more as a leg exercise, and they are a leg exercise. They're a very effective leg exercise, but the core is active with lunges. So you all know what a lunge is, pretty straightforward. But I like the lunges when you have sciatica because it's easy to maintain the lumbar spine in a neutral position. Plus, just with that movement, that back and forth, left, right, you get load sharing, which is healthy for the disc, and the core is active to keep that trunk upright, even though it's not It's not like a real direct core exercise, it's a functional core exercise. And if you want to feel your core more, you can grab a dumbbell and have it on one side and do a set of 10, and then switch it to the other side, do a set of 10. That's going to engage the core significantly more than just a normal lunge. So if I have this, and I'm just going back and forth, that weight makes my core have to work, so you're not getting pulled to the side by the weight. Now, the last one we're going to look at is a loaded carry. So similar to the lunge, just get a weight, put it on one side, and walk. You know, get 20, 30, 40 yards, and if you don't have that far, it's okay. And walk back and forth 3-4 times, and switch it to the other side. With that walking, the core is going to engage just with walking, but then when you add a load to one side, it has to engage more. So your goal is to keep that spine vertical and the trunk upright. So you don't want to wait where you're having to lean like this. You don't want to wait that pulls you over. You want to be able to maintain that vertical upright position and just walk. So again, really good core exercise if you have sciatica. So start with those and get to work.